Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something that is absolutely critical for any trip to a German-speaking country: the greeting. Seriously, if you get this first step right, everything else becomes so much easier. You ready? Let's jump in.
Okay, just imagine it for a second. You're fresh off the plane in Germany, you're excited, you walk into a bakery, and you freeze. Your mind just goes totally blank. It's that moment of panic, right? That what do I say first feeling? Well, that's exactly what we're going to solve today.
Because, in Germany, that first hello is so much more than just a word. It's your first impression, all rolled into one. It's like a mini social test. It shows you're trying, you're aware, and it really just sets the tone for the whole chat. It's a small key, but it unlocks a really big door.
So, what makes it a challenge? Well, it's not just about learning a single word for hello. It's about knowing the right word to use for the right time of day, the right place, and, most importantly, the right person. But don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. We're going to break it all down.
Okay, let's start by building your foundation. These are the essentials, the greetings you're going to hear and use pretty much all day, every day. Think of this as your core toolkit.
So check this out. One of the first things you'll notice is that standard German greetings are often tied to the clock. Hello is kinda your universal, safe bet for casual situations. But for everything else, you'll want to be more specific. Guten Morgen is what you'll say until about 11 a.m. Then, for most of the afternoon, you'll switch to Guten Tag. And once it gets to be around 6 p.m. or so, you'll start hearing Guten Abend. It's just a little rhythm you get into, and you'll pick it up super fast.
All right, I need you to lean in for this next part. Seriously, if you only take away one single thing from our time together, please make it this. Because what we're about to talk about isn't just about words, it's about German culture, and understanding formality is, well, it's everything.
You know how in English we just have you for everybody? Well, German is different. It makes this really important distinction between du, which is the informal, casual you, and Sie, which is the formal, respectful you. And trust me, using the wrong one can be a pretty big deal.
So who gets which you? This slide lays it out perfectly. Du is for your personal circle. Think friends, family, kids, people you know really well. Sie, on the other hand, is for pretty much everyone else. Strangers, people in stores, your boss, anyone older than you. It's the default setting for showing respect in public.
And this right here is the golden rule. If you are ever unsure which one to use, just go with the formal Sie. Always. Nobody is ever going to be upset that you were too polite, but being too casual can definitely come across as rude. Just burn this into your memory. When in doubt, use Sie.
Now, this whole formality rule doesn't just stop with your greeting. Oh no. It actually changes the grammar of the questions you ask. Let's look at a classic example so you can see exactly what I mean. See how that works? If you're talking to a friend, you just ask, "Wie geht's?" It's casual and friendly. But if you're talking to that same shopkeeper or a new business contact, you have to say, "Wie geht es Ihnen?" That one little word, Ihnen, makes all the difference and shows that respect we've been talking about.
So what do you say when someone asks you? Well, here's the good news. The answers are way simpler. Whether someone used the formal or informal question, you can use any of these right back. Gut, danke, is probably the most common one you'll hear. It's your perfect all-purpose response.
Okay, want to really impress people? You can add some regional flavor. Germany is super diverse, and the greetings change depending on where you are. Up north, you'll hear Moin all day long. If you're down in Bavaria or Austria, Servus is a super friendly way to say both hello and goodbye. And in other parts of the South, Grüß Gott is still very common. Throwing one of these out shows you've really done your homework.
So you've done it. You said hello, you asked how they were, but now what? How do you end the conversation without being awkward? Well, just like with greetings, there are a few different ways to say goodbye.
Your go-to, everyday, friendly goodbye is Tschüss. You'll hear it everywhere. For more formal settings, like when you're leaving a nice restaurant or a business meeting, you'll want to use Auf Wiedersehen. It literally means until we see again. If you're leaving a friend you know you'll see again soon, bis bald is perfect. And last, Gute Nacht is used only when you're leaving for the night, like when someone is actually going to bed.
And there you have it. You've got the words, you've got the rules, you've got the cultural know-how. You are now officially equipped to handle the beginning and the end of just about any basic interaction in German.
So, now it's your turn. Let's do a little practice run. Right now. First, look at the clock. What time is it? Okay, choose the right greeting for this time of day. Next, introduce yourself. Ik heisse and then say your name. And finally, pick a goodbye. Go ahead, actually say it out loud.
See, you just did it. You've taken this huge first step. And it's not just about memorizing words, it's about understanding the why behind them. That door to communication, it's wide open for you now. So the only real question left is, what are you going to talk about next?